In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to build a vine farm for your survival world. I personally think that this is one of the best vine farms out there. This is fairly compact for a vine farm. It is quite simple to use and this is fully afkeable. So basically we have here a water sort of river like thing, and this basically pushes the player all around, and this is what allows you to AFK this. To use this farm, simply grab your shear, jump here into the water pool, look in this direction and keep both right click and left click pressed at the same time. Now personally, if I have to AFK while keeping buttons pressed, I have a second spare mouse which I don't use since pretty much ages, and I use scotch tape to keep those buttons pressed. Per round you will almost fully wear out a pair of shears, but you will get 220 vines collected. Just imagine that I had legit mined all of these vines and my shears are almost broken. Now that we are approaching the end, I have placed quite an ingenious technique to basically provide us with a new fresh pair of shears. So as you see here, as we come close to the end, boom, we have here a new unused pair of shears, and in this chest is our used up shears. So basically, as you are finishing your round and your shears are all worn out, as you pass here over this item frame, you will right click on it because you have right click button pressed, and you're going to put your shears inside this item frame. Then all we do is we detect that, we give you a new set of shears, and we fire a arrow from this dispenser. It doesn't have to be an arrow, it can be arrows, snowball, eggs, fireworks, I believe even maybe tridents, but basically any sort of projectile. And what this does is it makes our item pop out of our item frame. Let me actually try and show you. So voila, boom, arrow goes and fires. And so here we simply have a hopper to collect our item, well, our used up shear, and put it in this chest for storage. Now, contrary to what people can believe, having efficiency 5 and a haste 2 beacon with shears doesn't actually make them faster. In any case, for this farm, it's not going to make your farm faster at all. So don't waste your time creating a beacon and enchanting all your shears. Simply use regular shears. In this chest you can see all of the various items that we are going to be needing to create this farm. Now here this dirt just means temporary blocks, and here these oak planks simply means building blocks. Of course we're gonna need way more than a stack, so just try and gather as many blocks as possible. To start your farm, place 55 blocks in a row. Then simply make this row of blocks 2 blocks taller. Then here place temporary block, permanent block, temporary block, permanent block, temporary block, permanent block, temporary block, and our final permanent block. Once you're finished with that task, here we are going to place a wall of 2 by 5. So just like so, 5 blocks coming out, and do that on both sides. Then here dig a trench going across the entire farm. Then here on this side destroy this block and remove these two. Place a double chest and then place a row of hoppers filling your entire trench. On top of all of these hoppers, place open fence gate. Once that is done, now we are going to place 1 packed ice and 4 slime blocks. Then we are going to repeat this all the way until the end of our farm. So it's always 1 packed ice, 4 slime blocks. Normally you should end up like this. So now we're basically going to place open fence gates on all of these packed ice, and here for this last slime block we're going to replace it with a packed ice, but do not put a fence gate on that packed ice. At the back of your farm you want to place loads of water source blocks. Once the water placing is done, we can finally place our vines. To do this, place it on this row, this row, this row, this row, and finally this row. You're not gonna like this, but we now have to repeat this entire process here. So this is where your 55 blocks should go, and from there on simply rewatch the beginning of the video. So once that is out of the way, here on this side you simply want to connect the two ends using packed ice, and then simply here create a wall to make sure your player isn't going to drift out. Now, other little thing is here we just need to replace this block with a cobblestone block. Then here we place another fence gate, place water here and place water here. Now here we can place two blocks, a wall 2 blocks tall, going like this across. Here on this side place water like this, go completely across, and on the other side you want to do it but in the opposite sense. So hopefully I can still show you. Yes, I can. So here this time you want to place water on this side of your fence gate. Then here you want to basically place 5 more packed ice blocks, do the same right here, and then simply connect them up. Now we want to make sure that our player isn't going to fall out of the circuit. To do so, simply place blocks. Now here for the chests we are going to be placing slabs just like so. Do that on both sides. Okay, so now here place a temporary block, permanent block, temporary block, permanent block, like this to create a sort of V formation. Then place an item frame here. Here place 3 blocks like so, a comparator here, 2 redstone dusts like this. On this side place 2 repeaters set on 4 ticks. On this side place a single repeater set on 1 tick and another redstone dust. Then here place like so 2 blocks here and a temporary block between them with another permanent block on top. Then place like this redstone dust going across. Here place your dispenser and here place your dropper. So now place a hopper pointing into your dropper with a chest or a double chest, and in here is where you're gonna put as many shears as you are able to. Then else than that we are going to place here a fence gate, another fence gate, and here another fence gate. Now we can place water here, 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 and here. Our last little thing is here to break this block and replace it with a hopper, and here to fill this up with your projectile. I am now going to go on a 15-minute AFK test session and see how many vines I can collect. Okay guys, 15 minutes have passed and I can already see, wow, we have a lot of vines in our inventory on its own. Now let's check the chests. So here we are. Yeah, here are our used up pairs of shears, and I was on my 5th lap but I got interrupted by the alarm clock, so whatever. And wow, oh my god, this is a lot of vines. Well, I have just calculated the rates of this farm, and the rates is 4,400 vines per hour, which I don't think this is a beaten record or something like that, but those are still quite good rates. To get your hands on some mossy cobblestone, you're gonna need both vines and cobblestone. So if you want to know how to get 15,600 cobblestone per hour using a really small and tiny design, then click the card on screen.